Hey guys, what's going on? So with Rebirth Festival coming at one point in the future, we're going to be going over Sparkitt. Was it Sparkitt? Sparkplug? Sparkitt? Elf? Sparkitt, Sparkle, Spark-on. Hell yeah. Digimon. It is insanely hot today, so if that's gone to my head in any sort of capacity, you let me know down there in the comments below, and also the air conditioner makes... Okay, no one cares. We're gonna be looking holy. What? So the fire one is already incredibly impressive. This is a Shura. This is a water Shura, 2-turn 100% stun on a critical hit. I'm not sure if like Shura's still in the meta or whatever, but that is amazing. His 5-star skill, I guess, isn't that great, cause blind, didn't blind get buffed? Ah, right, the crit damage is also reduced, so blind is actually not bad. It's probably still not as good as attack down in most cases, but you know, it's still okay. 70% 2-turn blind on the active, it's alright, and 2-turn 100% critical hit stun is amazing. So he is a tank like Shura. I would probably build him like Shura. I built mine very defensively. I would probably build him very defensively as well. Looking at the 6-star Evo 3 stats, yes, 36k HP, nice amount of HP, good defense. So of course you do have to give him a crit rate gem. If you aren't lucky enough to have godlike crit rate substats on your gems, you will have to give him one. And I would probably go HP defense for the other two. You could just go HP crit rate, but just generally I like to have a little bit of defense in there as well. And he does have a massive amount of HP, so maybe it would scale better with the defense gem in there. Set wise, you gotta go intuition if you can't get his crit rate to 100. And if you can and don't have good resist subs, then maybe you should go for the resist set. Pretty much any set is good on him actually. Just use the gems you have. Even a broken set would probably work, even though, you know, if you can swing it with an actual set, that's always better. All in all, very good start. 2-turn 100% stun. I think he's only the second one now with Shura that has this skill. There might be more, like maybe NAT5s or you know, maybe a new NAT4 or such, but as far as I know, those are the only two right now. Gonna take a look at his variant. Yes, it goes very similar to how much of the fire variants do go. Well, Boltwing is an exception. I had to go ahead and choose him, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Kind of purplish, you know, purple, red, all that good stuff. We're going to be moving on to the water Sparkitt now. Going to just max him out real quick. There we go. He has blind already, 70% 2-turn blind. Again, blind is, I guess, okay. And then we have Courageous Strike on the 5-star. So definitely a Titan Astromon with both of his skills. I think blind is very good for Titan, at least the Dark Titan. It's very good for the Dark Titan because the Dark Titan has natural 100% crit damage, meaning blind would really cut his damage a lot. That's basically only useful in Titans. So those are his skills. Looking at his typing and such, we have Attacker, which also is good, I guess. You know, Courageous Strike, more attack power equals more damage for Courageous Strike. I don't really like the water one that much because his Courageous Strike is an AoE, so it won't really be more powerful than if it was on the 3-star. And the 3-star, you at least get one guaranteed Courageous Strike off, whereas the 5-star, if you're unlucky with RNG, you won't get any actives off, and thus making him pretty much useless, except for that 70% blind, which can come in handy. I would probably build him with 2 attacks and an HP, because, you know, when you're going to be bringing him in Titan, he is kind of a debuffer as well. You want him to survive a little bit, and then the 2 attack gems, of course, is to give him more power, have Courageous Strike, do more damage. If you're going to be bringing him into the Fire Titan, for example, so resist subs or the resist set would be a good idea. And yeah, that's my thoughts on that. We're going to be taking a look at his variant. Wow, that goes very, very pink. I actually didn't really realize this guy was a sort of dragon here at Evo 3. Just looking at him from the front, he's like, you know, thought he was just floating. All right, looks like we got an Elemental Edge up in here. Attacks, yeah. I already talked about Elemental Edge a lot. I think it's an okay skill. It's kind of more PvP based, but yeah. And then 60% 2-turn attack down. Honestly, not too impressive for a NAT4 5-star skill. Definitely looks more like a NAT3 skill with its chances and turn counts and such. But I know we do have some others like Yuki. She has like defense down 60% for 2 turns, but those are like the lowest and the least good of the NAT4s, chances and turns wise. I mean, I really like my Fire Yuki, even though, you know, her skills don't have a very high chance. But yeah, again, attack down can also be used in Astromon League as everywhere else, so it's a pretty good skill all around. Elemental Edge, again, can also sort of be used everywhere, but it's like best in Astromon League or places where there are multiple elements of enemies, so you can't always have the advantage just by taking a full wood team or whatever. But yeah, those are his skills. He is balanced, and typically with balanced that don't have anything special on their skills, I go balanced with a gym set as well, going attack, defense, HP, and set. You could go resist, you could go pretty much anything you want to go. More attack, more defense, more HP, it's all up to personal preference there, and it probably won't make a huge difference either way. You could also go broken set if that's easier for you. And yeah, all around, you know, it is what it is. Another set of skills here. Because of his attack down on the 5-star, he is a little bit more universally useful. It's just that in some places his elemental edge will be pretty much useless. Almost forgot to check variant. Let's go to, well, 6-star doesn't matter, but let's do it. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't even know why I show variants. I like literally nothing to say except okay, cool. Oh, it goes like all the other ones. Well, I don't think it does. I mean, he goes very brighty. Yeah. Well, a lot of the wood ones kind of look watery on their variants. Okay, and now we have the light Sparkitt, Spark Plug. Looking at his 6-star Evo 3 stats. Well, first of all, we got to take a look at those skills. We got shock and defense down up in here. Ooh, a guaranteed shock on a critical hit. That is pretty dope. It's only for 1 turn, unlike Fire's 2 turns. Shock is definitely much better than stun. It's like a stun and a mini defense down. And then we have 70%, which again is a little bit better than the 60% we just saw, 2-turn defense down on the AoE. So all around, definitely a very solid Astromon, good CC'er. Shock is a very dangerous debuff to have inflicted upon yourself, and very advantageous when you're going to be inflicting on one of your enemies. Also, he is an attacker and a light type, so it means he'll have a natural crit rate of 20%, and he'll take advantage of the crit because he'll be doing more damage. So the gym set for him, in my eyes, is pretty obvious, and I would have to go crit rate, attack, HP on the Ruin set. Looking at his HP over there, he does have a good natural high HP number there, so giving him another HP gym will really bump up his survivability. And of course the attacks for more power, the crit rate, you definitely need that for his skill, and because he's an attacker, blah blah blah. Ruin set is very important because he only has 50% unlike dark types which have 100%, and you probably won't need the intuition if you get just a couple of good crit rate substats because of his natural 20% crit rate. So all around, a very, very, very solid Astromon here. I can imagine it being a very good defense Astromon in Astromon League if it's your hidden Astromon, because he will be squishier than a lot of the CC'ers like Shura and Light Thor. I've seen him a lot because they're tanks. He's an attacker, so I would recommend having him as your hidden Astromon unless you have a hidden one already you don't want to get rid of. But I can imagine he would be very, very good there. Just come out, critical, do a lot of damage to whoever he attacks, and shock them unless they resist. So nice surprise mon there. I think he's the best out of the 4 so far. Fire comes in a close second, but just shock being so much more powerful. But that's just the question, is it really that much more powerful than an entire other turn? Double the turns? It's hard. Yeah, anyway, looking at his variant now, yep, all bluish white, how they all go. Anyway, moving on to the dark one. Can the dark one be better? Is it an attacker? No, it's a tank. 10% of allies SP, so this is kind of like light Scubbers. And then we have 70% 1-turn AoE stun. Honestly, it's kind of to me. Another Astromon League Astromon. Imagine though if you had like a team of 4 of these type of Astromons, like this dude, Light Scubbus, I think maybe Light Persephone does something similar or whatever, maybe easier to get ones. That'd be like 40 SP per turn for your entire team. And if they were all like pretty tanky and had CC on their 5-star, AoE CC, oh man, that would be one hell of a team. So his morale boost here really depends more on the team he's in rather than just it being a standalone thing. He's definitely a team player here, so I don't know, getting a bunch of these types of Astromons together might be a pretty interesting team there. Gym set wise, I would just build him just pure tank, HP defense. Again, pretty much any set would be okay on him, except probably like the attack set, Valor. Looking at his variant, there it goes. That is actually very cool. Kind of like this like neon turquoise blue thing going on here, and then the fading into the blue and the black. That's actually nice. I actually like that one. and I had something to say about a variant for once. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Spark dudes. We should have the possibility to get the light and dark ones, so that's pretty exciting. Usually when I'm reviewing light or dark NAT4s, I'm like, well, most people aren't going to be able to get this anyway, even though it is awesome. But since you'll be in Rebirth Festival, that's definitely a possibility. Personally, I think I like the light one the most, just because guaranteed CC always had a place for me. I probably lean a little bit more towards light though, because he's also an attacker and can do a lot of damage, which is also something that I lean towards, rather than tanks or defensey or tanky or whatever. Defensey, I don't think that's a word, you know what I mean. But yeah, those are like the final thoughts there. Tell me what you think about the Spark dudes in the comments down below. Also make sure to drop a like if you did enjoy, I would really appreciate it. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.